Hi everybody, this is a short COVID tarot reading for April 12th. I feel like this time that I've had here in Mexico has been a really good time as far as kind of just working on things, on myself. It's been a very interesting journey, painful journey, but I'm feeling much better now. And so I hope for people who have had free time instead of just fretting and worrying, with everything that's happening, that you've had some time to do some nice things for yourself. Yeah. If people are really busy and they're working all the time, they don't really have to think about anything, which is nice. I appreciate that. When I'm working all the time, I just become unavailable, and it's really easy to just say no and just be really busy. And then if you have too much free time, then you're like, well, it's easy to worry, right? Fret, and that's ridiculous too. So having some goals and just being able to focus on the things that are important to you. I know that people are starting to get more stressed again because of what's happening with the variants. And it's good to remember just that viruses do mutate, and that isn't necessarily the worst thing that can happen with viruses mutating. So there's a lot of language around the information people are receiving in the media that tends to hit the fear trigger button, and not that people shouldn't be careful. I know of someone on a ventilator right now. So not that people shouldn't be careful, but just to remember that there's words and there's language that can be used to really influence the way that you're able to process these things, and the way that it can negatively affect your ability to emotionally manage yourself. So I think I've shuffled these. What does the universe have to say about COVID for the next few months ahead? I wanted to bring you down here so you could see the beach and hear the ocean. It's not really busy here. Okay, the cards are ready. Okay. Okay. So the first two cards indicate that we're going through right now a challenging time. We have the Knight of Cups, which is, it's the promise of something that's inspiring, that's being brought to us on an emotional level, which is good. So I would say that on a certain level, people are feeling more hopeful. It might just be because spring's in the air. We're having longer days. People might feel more comfortable meeting with people outside, out of doors. It's just easier, right, when you can actually do things outside. It's huge, makes a huge difference. And then we have the Seven of Wands next to it, which means even though there's sort of this emotional promise or offering of things getting lighter, there's still this challenge. This is always about, it's not necessarily about struggles with other people. You can see this person here, like they're on their own. They're focused on what they need to do, but they're feeling the struggle or the frustration, okay? So I think that's pretty relevant right now with what's happening with businesses and stuff like that, and also just stress fatigue, right? People being stressed for a year takes its toll on you. You have to take very good care of yourself, right? And then we have, this is really interesting. Okay, so then we have the Strength card reversed next to the Queen of Pentacles. And the Strength card is, it's about protecting yourself, and it can mean that you need to protect yourself from any kind of, it can be other people, it can be from yourself and your own bad habits. It can also just be like, being more mindful about what you need to take care of yourself emotionally, and not letting, not putting yourself into situations where you're like, oh, that happened again, or oh, I should have known better. Just that sort of emotional management that I was talking about earlier with the Knight of Cups, right? So managing yourself next to the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, so, the Strength reversed card is not, it's not a great card. It's okay, right? It's fine. But it's next to the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's like, this is basically just saying everything's always going to be fine, right? Like, we find a way to have what we need to get grounded. She's not just all about material things either. This is the energy that is able to balance everything really well, okay? So what I feel this is saying for May is that we are going to have to be mindful about taking care of ourselves emotionally and being responsible and safe, but at the same time, we have this assurance that we have what we need to do this. It's not so difficult, okay? So that's April. I can't believe it's like moving into the middle of April already. Time always goes by so quickly at this time of year. And then the last one, so April, May, June, okay. Excuse me, so June, the world reversed, okay? So the world is like how we manifest, right? How we manifest, how we find the openings, the openings for how we want to channel our energy, the things that we want to happen, and the world is reversed, which means in June, excuse me, next to the Four of Pentacles reversed, okay, in June, we're still seeing, wow, like, things are still being held back, basically. Probably because of just everything about the variants and all the research that needs to be done to figure out what's going to happen with those. I have a hard time believing that those are necessarily really, truly any more dangerous than anything else. I think it's all just out there. I think the language is really putting people into a place of feeling very triggered. Okay, so just some clarification around that. So the four, like I said, we have the world, and then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. And that's Four of Pentacles is always about being afraid of losing anything else. So, in this time where people are dealing with all kinds of losses, whether it's being able to visit their family, losing somebody you care about, not being able to travel, go on that holiday. Sorry about that. That's a little airplane flying over. We don't get very many of those. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is all about considered to be like a hoarding energy, being afraid of losing anything. So holding on really tightly to whatever you have, like, I gotta have this. But it's reversed. So in this case, it means that people are aware of this. So people might be holding on tightly, afraid they're going to lose their jobs, or relationships might be strained. But ultimately, it's reversed, which means it's not quite as severe. People are aware of it. They can look at it and go, I know I'm holding on tightly to things. I'm afraid of losing anything else. I've already suffered by losses. I've already made enough sacrifices. I don't want to make any more. but it's reversed. So it's a gentle thing, okay? And then as we move into just clarification cards, I have the Death reversed, which means we're moving into a place of rebirth, of shedding, of completion. Everything is going to. But we're waiting for the end of the journey. Okay, this is the Nine of Wands. He's tired, he's frustrated, he's like, I just want this to be over already. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, looking at what you have, what you need to do, all the work ahead. Was reversed. It's a little bit of a struggle there. So I'm just pulling 3 last cards before I pull the oracle card. So got the Hanged Man, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a need to focus on relinquishing, letting go, and just accepting things the way they are. And we have the King of Pentacles, who's all about building his empire, so moving into a place of being more successful financially, but also a reminder, okay, with the Hanged Man, a reminder that we just have to let go and accept things the way they are. I wish that this reading was like going to say, everything's going to go back to normal for July. That's not what the cards are indicating. Cards are indicating that this actually is going to take longer than we thought to sort out. So I think the most important thing right now is to, again, focus on ourselves and our own personal growth and development, and as well have our own sort of, economic plan, right? How are we going to get through this? What are we going to do? How are we going to survive? What do we need? What do we really need? How can we share? Things like this. I want to say hi to Kelly, who's been very supportive of me, and I'll say hi to Miguel also. Miguel. Okay, so I'm going to pull an oracle card. Elevation. Gaining the advantage. Okay? So let's just focus on that, gaining the advantage. Making the best of what you have, the time you have, the relationships you have, and not allowing the language in the media to unnecessarily trigger you into a place of despair. Okay, that's why I'm here. And if anybody wants a personal reading, or if you want to hear my open heart meditation, just look for the information down below. And thank you for coming and spending time with me at the beach today. And I hope you're all well, and I'll see you next week.